revved up. So Charlie dropped him right in and took his time on him.
Istabraq is still out the back in Soldat, with Soldat, but also nearer last and first is Prussia, one of the rank outsiders. This is flight number 4, it'll be the last next time round, and it's Ladahab who leads, to Mighty Moss the inside and Daredan, then Sony, followed by Difficult Times. Wide on the course is Dante and then Boss Doyle. Through on the inside, marching Marquis, who's travelling well. Then we have Harbour Island, followed by Forest Ivory, who sits midfield in front of the French runner Royal Tino. But at this stage, still plumb last is the red-hot favourite Istabraq, and a lot of ground to make up. He's giving the leaders at this stage 20-length start as they swing left-handed and race away down the hill towards flight number 5.
Istabraq settled pretty well, though, as they race down the back, and Mighty Moss just about has the lead from Latterhart towards the outside. There's little to choose between them, and they're just kicking away from the others a little bit now, stepping on the gas down the hill towards the next flight, number 5, Mighty Moss and Latterhart, and a very bad mistake on the inside by Harbour Island there, as they head towards the middle one down the back, flight number 6, and up front it's Mighty Moss the inside of Latterhart. Nasoni goes third the outside of Daredan, then her Dante, and Forest Ivory is not too far off them either, neither is Boss Doyle towards the outside. Harbour Island trying to get up the inside now, and then Royal Tino is making headway, and Istabraq has passed 4 or 5 as they jump another down the back, at which Mighty Moss landed in front, but Royal Tino has taken off down the outside. The yellow jacket, pale blue hoop, Adam Condrat has come right on the scene, the Frenchman, as they climb on the far side. It's Mighty Moss joined by Royal Tino. Between horses is Nasoni, Daredan is next, and then Latterhart struggling to hold on to his position. Boss Doyle and Forest Ivory as they take the next, and Istabraq is now moving up on the wide outside in about 6th or 7th place. Green and yellow hoops on the heels of the leading bunch has made good headway. Top of the hill, Mighty Moss from Nasoni, then Daredan, Royal Tino the outside. That's the leading 4.
So Mighty Moss just has the edge as they begin the descent then towards the third last in this Royal Sunalliance. It's Mighty Moss and Nasoni 1 and 2, with the nose band out wide, the darker blue. That's the gamble of the race, Daredan. The yellow colours behind this comes Royal Tino. With a bit of a run is Forest Ivory for the informed Nicholson stable, and then behind that comes the Proms, and also making good ground still is the red hot favourite Istabraq, the white cap. It's going to be a classy performance this by Istabraq if he wins, but it's Daredan who just takes it up with on the inside of the Mighty Moss and Daredan 1 and 2. Here comes Istabraq full of running. This is 2 out. Oh, he was bumped there, Istabraq, but it's a battler. It's coming through on the inside of Forest Ivory. So they've just got one more flight of hurdles to jump, and it's Istabraq coming through to take Mighty Moss and Daredan. And here on the outside, Forest Ivory, but the cheers are up for the Irish horse, and that's Istabraq, but it's going to be a battle on his hands if he's to win. This is the last. It's Istabraq who lights the field now, and it's Istabraq going on to Mighty Moss, the far side. Daredan is putting in another renewed challenge, but it's the red-hot favourite Istabraq battling up the field, but coming back at him is Mighty Moss and also Daredan. It's going to be very close, but Istabraq is going to take it at the line. Istabraq wins for Ireland. Charlie Swan knows it. Mighty Moss is second, Daredan third. Istabraq taking a turn now. Theatre World a turn at the back as well. The man is going to get through on the inside. Oh, and Fidwell is a little bit shy about going forward, and is giving them all start as they come down towards the first of 8 flights of hurdles, over which Dato Star and wide on the course Istabraq sit 1 and 2, Theatre World wide, Morello very wide. Through on the inside, the grey mare is Lady Daisy in the firing line, and I'm supposing up there too. They're a long walk before they come down towards the second flight of hurdles, and it's Istabraq, I'm supposing, and the grey on the right, Lady Daisy 1, 2 and 3. Dato Star sits 4, Shooting Light 5, Red Blazer wide 6, Morello with up 1, 7, Karawi the inside, followed by Mr. Get, and San Martino and Rel Keel midfield, followed by Catagold. Bellator, Pripwell's made up the ground on the outside. Behind these comes Graphic Equalizer, with Rhymes at the back of the pack as they cross the second flight of hurdles, which they all took safely. And Lady Daisy gains the day, the inside. The mare's moment of glory by 3 parts of the length, to I'm supposing. Then sitting in third is Grimes, Dato Star, Morello, Karawi, Rel Keel, Shooting Light, Red Blazer, San Martino, Shadow Leader, Pridwell, Catagold, Bellator, Bellator graphic equaliser. Mr. and Get really outpaced, and Theatre World, and at the back of the pack is Grimes. Continuing the uphill climb, then going to freewheel shortly. Time to take a breath, and it's Lady Daisy leading in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle. 2 I'm supposing, and Dato Star and Grimes, they've kicked about 3 clear. Istabraq is in 4th, and they've kicked about 3 clear of Morello and Relkiel, and then Karawi, Shadow Leader, followed by Shooting Light, and Pridwell making ground on the outside.
Front 4 are going off at a great gallop here. Lady Daisy, the first to rise over flight number 3 from I'm Supposing and Istabraq and Dato Star. Those are the leading 4, and they've got a good 3 or 4 legs clear of the others as they head towards the next flight. The others are headed then by right there Morello, with Shadow Leader making ground on the inside. Out wide is Pridwell after that slow start. Karawi is struggling to hold his position. Cadu Gold sneaking up the inside. Relkiel is well poised. San Martino niggled as they rise over the next, and a mistake there by Dato Star in the yellow colours when in 4th place. Up front, I'm Supposing, pulling Richard Dunwoodie's arms out on the outside of Lady Daisy. The favourites well poised. In 3rd, Istabraq, followed by Morello. Dato Star trying to get back into it after that mistake from Pridwell out wide. These are followed by Shadow Leader, who's made good headway. The flight at the top of the hill, and there Lady Daisy walk, and Dato Star right down on his hind legs there, and that surely cost him any chance. It is I'm Supposing in front from Istabraq. Lady Daisy in 3rd, Shadow Leader moving well, then Pridwell and Cadu Gold. I'm Supposing 2 lengths clear of Istabraq, top of the hill in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle.
And a moment of freewheeling as they come down towards the second last. Look on the white cap, that's Istabraq travelling well. The dark colours with the yellow sleeves is Shadow Leader. The yellow jacket with the blue and black check sleeves, Pridwell. Then behind these, Cadagold picks up Relkiel with a bit of a run. Graphic equaliser, that was 2 out, and then comes Theatre World, who was placed last year. They've got 2 more flights of hurdles to take, and the champion Istabraq has surely for him now has gone 2 clear of I'm Supposing, but Shadow Leader, who shows such a devastating turn of foot the outside, is in 3rd place. Here we are, 2 out. It's Istabraq clear by 2 to I'm Supposing, Shadow Leader, and then comes Pridwell, and these 4 are about 8 lengths clear of the next Theatre World. Cadagold, Bellator staying on, but it looks to be all over as Istabraq makes the final turn in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle, and Irish eyes are smiling with JP McManus, unbeaten this season. Istabraq takes the last round of hurdles and is clear by 10 to 12 lengths. A 4 at the final flight with Shadow Leader. It brought down Bellator, but they're toiling in the wake as they race up towards the line, because the Champion Hurdle this year, the Smurfit Champion Hurdle, goes to the Irish on St Patrick's Day. It's Istabraq and Charlie Swan who win. It's going to be Irish 1-2, because Theatre World comes through for second, I'm Supposing 3rd, Pridwell 4, Karawi, Vista and Get, and then behind that one Shooting Light, followed by Graphic Equaliser, Relkiel, Cadu Gold, Morello, San Martino, Dato Star, Lady Daisy, and last of all was Grimes. And so not just an Irish 1-2, and Aidan O'Brien 1-2 in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle. The winner is number 7, Istabraq, in the colours of JP McManus. His 9th winner of the festival meeting. This one trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Charlie Swan, whose success at this meeting just continues to go from strength to strength. Congratulated there by Conor O'Dwyer, who rode the same owners Grimes. That finished last. But the second horse home is number 15, Theatre World. The colours of Mr. John Maddian, trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Tommy Tracy. Third horse home was number 6, I'm Supposing. That the mount of Richard Dunwoodie. On their way, an upgrade a little bit slow to go, and blowing wind slow to go, and Theatre World sits out the back it normally does. The pace is on. They're at the first of 8 flights in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle, and on the inside it's a grey shot, Midnight Legend out wide, City Hall and Nomadic as they make this giant stride towards flight 2. Upgrades got going. Istabraq is sitting wide on the course for a share of the lead, or about 1.5 lengths off that pace from this Hawkeye view. Come down towards flight number 2 then, City Hall, Midnight Legend, grey shot, Istabraq, and now Upgrade out wide, a wave of 4. French Holly is shadowing Istabraq. They're going 1 and 2 already into a midfield position. Then Nomadic. Then we got Zavarapat, Bellator the inside. Lady Cricket's out wide. Tweetcher follows. They jump the second. Doesn't he jump well? But Istabraq, a champion hurdler. A champion hurdler. He makes the turn past the stands though, down at about a sharing 6. And it's Grey Shot, Midnight Legend and City Hall 1, 2 and 3. The giant French Holly through for 4. Nomadic and Istabraq and Zafarabad and Upgrade and Lady Cricket and Bellator. And Blowing Wind and T-Chef and then Theatre World and Mr. Morose is the order as they go past us and out into the country in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle. And Istabraq is down in 6th spot and on the wide outside of a wave of 3 or 4 for the minor places.
Down the back straight they go. Grey Shot on the inside of Midnight Legend. City Hall in the red headgear, followed by French Holly out wide. Then there's a break to Nomadic and Istabraq, and then back to Zafarabad on the inside as they jump flight number 3. Big jump by Istabraq there. Mr. Morose is towards the rear at the moment with Theatre World, and Upgrade is already under pressure, and Blowing Wind is also among the back numbers as well. On towards the middle one in the back straight, and it's Midnight Legend in the striped jacket with City Hall, then French Holly. Grey Shot headed now back in 4th place from Nomadic and then Istabraq. Lady Cricket towards the outside, making a bit of headway then from Bellator as they jump the next. Zafarabad on the inside, followed by Tuchev, Blowing Wind, Upgrade. Mr. Morose towards the back still with Theatre World. Beginning to climb on the far side, and it's still City Hall and Midnight Legend. They go head and head with French Holly. Andrew Thornton just niggling the big horse away in 3rd place. Istabraq going closer now with Lady Cricket on his outside. They jump the flight of hurdles at the top of the hill. Number 5, the leader City Hall made a mistake. Zafarabad was down there, but they're bunching up front. City Hall from Midnight Legend on the inside. French Holly, Istabraq in about 4th or 5th then, and these are followed on the inner by Nomadic and Lady Cricket, and then back to Tuchev and Grey Shot who's backpedaling. They're at the top of the hill then. City Hall, French Holly. Istabraq is close on the outside though.
Charlie Swan in the white cap took it up 3 from home despite that stumble at the top of the hill. Is getting closer to the action, but in the dark blue French Holly with the red headgear. City Hall running a marvellous race, and then Istabraq on the outside. Nomadic, one of the outsiders, through on the inner, and Istabraq now is closing on French Holly, but Nomadic and City Hall are playing big run-ins from the back. Bellator with a run, then Tweechef, then Midnight Legend, so they come down towards the second last, and it's the head-to-head we wanted. On the right in the dark blue French Holly, white cap Istabraq. There'll be nothing to choose between them as they take the second last, but only half a length down was Bellator in 3rd place and trying to close. But now Istabraq under Charlie Swan go on in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle, and it's a colossal roar from the crowds as the Irish champion, who's run 16 times and has won 14. This is his 17th race. Will it be his 15th win at the last? It's an annihilation for Istabraq. He's 8 clear from French Holiday and Nomadic, and then Theatre World is plodding on up the hill. But Istabraq is a true champion, the epitome of a champion, bravely coming up the hill. Theatre World comes through for a second. Istabraq is the winner of the Smurfit Champion Hurdle. Theatre World second, French Holly third. Mr. Morose runs through for 4, Nomadic, Tweechef, and then Bellator and City Hall and Lady Cricket, a Midnight Legend, and then we have Grey Shot and then Upgrade, who was last of all. And
jump away, Balasola very reluctant to go with them as they race to the first flight. Alca International and Blue Royal, Stage Affair, Caterino on the far side make a stand. Nearest to us comes through to blaze the trail, and Balasola trails by 30 lengths or more behind the nearest horse, and that one is Theatre World, who was also a bit slow away. Make a stand then, the 1997 winner of this race, blazing the trail towards flight number 2. Having been off the track for over 1,000 days and already building up a huge lead in the hands of Richard Johnson. From Alca International in second, Stage Affair and then Blue Royal. Caterino on the inside as the leader takes the second. Istabraq is tucked away on the inside of Mr. Percy next from All La Loi. And then the inner is Stage Affair from Ashley Park, Restrained, Theatre World, and a long last is Balasola. There must be half a furlong between first and last as they race for the far side. This was the way Make a Stand won his champion hurdle, out there playing Catch Me If You Can. It's just a question if after this long break with leg trouble he can possibly keep it up this time. Make a Stand clear of in second Alca International, then Blue Royal, Dato Star in 4, 5 is Caterino, followed by Mr. Percy, a couple of lengths to Istabraq, then All La Loi, Stage Affair, Ashley Park, 5 or 6 lengths Theatre World, and 25 Balasola. Over the first down the back, the leader over fluently. Make a Stand, the others following, and all jump well. Theatre World was a bit ponderous towards the rear as they continue on towards the next. Flight number 4, Make a Stand, continues with this huge lead over Caterino, Blue Royal, then Alka International, Dato Star on the outside, Istabraq cutting every corner right up the inside then of Mr. Percy as they rise over the next. Another good jump by Make a Stand. Caterino takes it just in second place. Slight mistake by Stage Affair back in the field. They climb now towards flight number 5 in the Smurfit Champion Hurdle, and it's Make a Stand by 15 lengths to Caterino in second. Blue Royal is third, then Dato Star on the outside. Mr. Percy is next, then Istabraq on the inner of Alka International as they clear the flight going uphill, and Dato Star jumped that one very slowly and is now being driven along by Lorcan Wire as they reach the top of the hill. Make a Stand has come back to the pack. Last year's Triumph winner Caterino goes up sides, goes past him now. Make a Stand given a livener. Blue Royal moving well, then Mr. Percy. Istabraq cruising on the inside into 5th place now as they start down the hill under Charlie Swan, as then Mr. Percy races well. Hors Loire on the outside, the light blue jacket, followed by Dato Star, and Ashley Park is running on from the rear with Stage Affair. This is 3 out, at which it was Caterino just from Blue Royal. Istabraq on the inside, then Mr. Percy. Hors Loire coming out well behind them. Ashley Park still staying on down towards the second last flight. Blue Royal takes over from Caterino. The Henderson horses 1 and 2, but they're queuing up to mount challenges. Istabraq on the inside goes third, then Hors Loire. Stage Affair running on behind these, then Dato Star from Mr. Percy. Blue Royal, but Istabraq quickens up smartly on the inside and is poised to challenge. Hors Loire back in third, then Caterino and Stage Affair. Here comes Istabraq on the inside of Blue Royal. Ashley Park running on the outside of Hors Loire, but Istabraq strikes the front with just his favourite hill to climb. Blue Royal second, then Ashley Park and Hors Loire, and Istabraq's going on to win his 3rd Smurfit Champion Hurdle. 4 festival wins running for Istabraq in the champion, a champion of champions. Hors Loire and Blue Royal, it was tight for 2nd and 3rd. Then Ashley Park, a fine run, followed home by Stage Affair and Dato Star and Mr. Percy. Then Caterino.